the disability group walked into my office saying that they have gone round looking for lawyers to represent them for free because they cannot raise money. All the lawyers were demanding for fees. I looked at the people, more than 200 of them on wheelchairs. Some are blind, some can't listen because they have hearing disabilities, some can't walk, some can't. We decided as a law firm to take their matter on pro bono. And therefore, we constituted ourselves, raised, plus other lawyers who are willing to represent the disabled for free. We raised a total of 61 lawyers to represent the disabled of this country. We did rush and file the petition online on Friday. The judiciary then demanded that these disabled people must pay 30,000 shillings as filing fees. We engaged the judiciary, said that among the grounds these people are raising is failure to have resources to hire lawyers to pay filing fees. The judiciary remained firm. We have sorted that issue today, and still my law firm has decided to pay 30,000 shillings as filing fees for the application that we filed on Friday. The petition, the application that the disabled have filed, one was that they were supposed to be present with us here. The logistical arrangements, when we tried to get the disabled people here, we were told that it is not possible for them to be allowed to come within the premises, and therefore we have advised them that they will not come here until tomorrow when the application is going to be heard. So the 60 people who are representing the 800 disabled people this country will be in court during the hearing of the application for joinder. The reasons as to why the disabled people have raised this application, Shadrach and others will give ground, but it is in summary one. They wrote to the IBC long time ago, 6-7 months ago, that the polling stations should be made disability friendly. The ramps to be placed for them to be allowed to get in. Voters who have visual problems be allowed to vote by braille, and lay facilities for the disabled. That question was never answered by the IBC. A reminder was done to the IBC, and that was not done. On 9th of August, during the voting, these people did not vote. We are talking about over 800 people who did not vote because they were not allowed the facilities to vote. These are Kenyans, and we've raised the constitutional requirement that the winner must get 50 plus 1 vote. That plus 1 vote could be the vote of the disability. Could the outcome be different if they were allowed to vote? Definitely. The outcome will not be what we have today, because add another 800,000 votes into the tally. This is a very critical constituency that was disenfranchised, that did not vote in a country that believes in universal sovereignty. So we've raised very fundamental questions that if a country will discriminate its most disadvantaged, marginalized, the disabled people, then that country cannot claim to be in the league of civil countries that respect fundamental human rights questions. So We are seeking that our petition be heard, our application for joinder be heard on the ground Shadrach will produce, and the decision of 2022 cannot be a valid and genuine decision if that critical mass was not allowed to vote. Thank you.
Well, thank you, members of the state. Now we have instructions from Makarina, Michael Mutembei, who is the chairperson or in the leadership ranks of an organization called Inua Mlemavu Initiative, which is just basically an organization that is meant to address concerns from persons with disability. So noteworthy, on the 13th day of October 2021, a letter was written to the chairperson of the IEBC requesting that facilities should be put in place to ensure first that is the people with disability are allowed to register themselves as voters so that they can participate in the general election that was scheduled on the 9th day of August 2022. Now, on the 9th day of August 2022, our client informs us that most of their members, firstly, were locked out of the very important exercise of voting in their president and their county representatives. So this is the reason why we have come to court, because we have a number of blind people who are members of the Inua Mlemavu Initiative and could not participate meaningfully into the general election that were held on the 9th day of August. And this is in twofold. We have people who are physically disabled so that they cannot access polling stations or could not access polling stations that have, when you access them, they have a raised surface. And then it becomes very difficult for people with wheelchairs to access them. And secondly, our voting system does not allow the use, or it's not improved to the level that people with blind disability can participate in the elections. So to that extent, people who are members of the Inua Mlemavu Initiative are calling to question the election that we conducted on the 9th day of August 2022 to the extent that we do not have a braille system that will have allowed blind people to participate meaningfully in terms of recognizing their desired representatives. So to that extent, they have called to question the election or the election results that were declared by the chair of the IEBC, and to that extent they seek first to be joined so that they can participate meaningfully and help us in understanding and analyzing to what extent is free and fair as a constitutional principle for the conduct of elections in this country. So to the extent that persons with disability were not given proper facilities to participate in that election, then in the mind of our client or the Inua Mlemavu Initiative, then we do not have a free and fair election on the 9th day of August. I think that should be all from us for now. Thank you.
Kwa lugha ya Kiswahili, kwa wale kidogo hawatapata yale tuliyoyasema, ni kwamba mwezi wa Oktoba